We were going to go to the women's game. They had a great game on Thursday.
Versus UConn.
Versus UConn.
Number 2 versus number 3.
And they won, and they looked great.
Editor, killing it. My girl, Dana Evans. Her hair is flawless, and she always has her lashes done for the game. We were very prepared for this game. Like, we got our tickets very early, and then we called to figure out how to swap those seats to handicap seats. And we were told that the process was kind of lengthy. We would have to go...
we had to go to the men's football stadium.
Yeah, it's a separate stadium on campus. And right now we're downtown, so it's not that far.
But I mean, typically you just go to the venue and they switch it for you there. You know, you can do it before when the box office is open. But I don't know what was up with UofL, but we had to go to the
football stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, the process was simple from there. You just had to get to the stadium. But I think we were waiting a week or so because his van broke down, so there was no way for Jerod to go, and Jerod had to be there with his ID.
You know, I had tickets for the lower level, and the handicap accessible tickets they gave me were all the way up top, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You gotta be a little more proactive.
But Jerod actually took them to Fraser.
I did.
And he donated them, and so I think a couple people got to go to that game.
Yeah, even though I was, you know, kicked out of therapy, I went by Fraser and talked to some people in the gym, just seeing if anybody was interested. And there was some people that were very eager to use the tickets, so I'm glad they got used. You know, I thought it was strange for the women's game that we had to go to the football stadium, but I guess that was just the Cardinals ticket office that's open all the time. It's just how that worked. But for the men's game, we just went to the Yum Center and traded out at guest relations there.
And we had low expectations. We weren't really sure. We even said before the game, like, if Tia comes all the way out here, we're going to feel bad if we don't actually get into the game.
I actually sent her a text and warned her. I was like, hey, the tickets I got are nosebleeds, and I have no idea how this handicap can move until the last minute.
Right. So we were saying if we don't get in or if we don't get seats together, then we can always just come back to the apartment and watch it on TV.
Right.
The woman that was at the ticket counter originally told us that she didn't have even 2 tickets together.
Yeah.
And we weren't there early. Like, it was understandable. But luckily, she was able to get us 2 tickets together. And Tia and I just ended up sharing a seat. But once we got up to our seats, people were already sitting in our seats, number 1. And then the man next to us kind of just admitted that he had used the handicap seats to get better seating where he didn't necessarily need it, above the media section, and some of those seats were vacant. And because Tia knows everybody, they were offering her those seats, but we didn't want to leave Jerod because that's the whole point. Coming to see this game with Jerod.
Together, we want to do things together.
Right.
If you're not handicapped and you don't need accessible seating, please stay out of it. Like, we have enough barriers as it is.
And we really enjoyed the game, but definitely some things that we have to work around.
Right. But I mean, we also ended up getting lower level seats when the tickets I had bought were nosebleeds, you know, so that worked in our favor. But 2 seats when we needed 3.
It was a huge game here, a lot of hype. There was a Muhammad Ali theme, which we weren't aware of until we went.
But it was awesome. The jerseys were Muhammad Ali themed. The whole game was boxing themed. They had like boxing bells in between all the timeouts.
Yeah.
Boxing soundtrack. It was a really cool theme.
It was.
The city loves Muhammad Ali. He's been so great for civil rights, and he's just a great entertainer and just a great guy. Inherently are just great, and you know they see an opening, you know, they just want to take advantage of it, and I get that. And then I get on the elevator, and there's no room for you or Tia, but then people just start bailing off. They're like, shoot, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And it'd be okay, like Tia and I can go on the escalator, but then we're separated from Jerod, and what if he needs help once he gets off the elevator? So it's not like...
Right, and I gotta back off where I can't see, so, you know, Hannah usually makes sure nobody's behind me, because this thing is heavy. Like, I will break your foot if I run over you with this.
Well, you don't. That's been done before.
Just the toes, but if I got over the middle of your foot...
Oh, well, we'll let you know once that happens. It's bound to happen. But also, Jerod sits relatively low, and he can't sit higher, otherwise his chair goes very slow. So he has to sit at a certain level, and people tend to look over him often, and that's
invisible. You know.
And you are just kind of, especially in a crowd, you don't really see like little children and it's okay. I'm not calling you a child, but you know what I mean. You're at that level.
No, I am. You know,
so
I'm like 3 foot tall, and this thing's all the way down, and it's, you know, again, I don't blame people, but I'm not in your field of view, and people walk into me all the time.
And you'll see a couple examples of that.
Yeah, and I constantly have to stop, and not only do they walk into me, but then they back into me, and then they back their butt into my joystick, and then I'm going places where I can't control. And
or they fall over you
because I'm so low, it's like...
sitting in a chair.
It's almost like that.
But I tend to walk in front of Jerod to kind of scope things out, and then what I'll do is I'll walk to the right of him. Well, depending on where traffic's coming from. But in this video, I'm to the right of him.
I see people giving you these looks like, go girl, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they see me and it's like, they put 2 and 2 together and they're like, oh,
yeah.
I'm the jerk.
But you can't go first because then you're just like, excuse me.
Yeah. And you know, I have trouble projecting my voice and everything, so in a big crowd like that, I can't really, people can't hear me. I'm down here yelling up at them.
You know what?
Yeah. And then, that is one thing. But the horn is like where I need to be to drive, so if your fingers don't work, you can't use the horn and the joystick at the same time, so that's just a... It's so stupid. The horn is so stupid. We need to get you a whistle.
Why haven't we thought of that? Did you ever come here for conventions? No.
Recording.
I'm recording.
I don't need to go in. The show's right here. I wish Sugar did that to me.
Thank you.
That was cute.
Hi, we need handicap seats.
Do you have tickets already?
Yes.
No, I don't have 3 together. I can get you. I mean, I don't even have 2 together. I can get you 2 in the lower level, but then one will be somewhere else.
Okay.
Only have 2 together.
The team with the bonus.
We're down by 12. What's it gonna get?
Water 1, that's
Pretty good,
Team
dude.
Cameron
Put
Johnson.
that back a couple times. Stay out there.
Tia here played for UofL women's team. She is a local celebrity. You can't go anywhere with her. You try and they stop you and she's too nice, or she talks to everybody and it takes you like an hour to get out of the Center. Yeah.
Trying to sit in 2 seats without it.
This guy, he was a fan. Rolling out.
Thank you. It's all on you. It's your fault. Shame on you.
Shame on me.
Can't you just take the escalators? You know, it's not much different.
I mean, maybe.
You don't have to walk.
I don't.
Sorry.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you have any tips or tricks for accessible seating, let us know. Always feel free to shoot us an email at positivelyparalyzed@gmail.com if you have any questions. And if you want to see more, like and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Where in the world, ma'am? We're a little bit patient, and we're almost done. Look at her. She's like, I've been waiting.
I was copying Harley's pose.
Oh. You gotta get the knuckles down.
Yeah.
No, I mean just like twist it. Like that. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. Is that why this is yellow and black?
Ooh.
Oh, are you a bee? Me in the face a couple times.
I always knock you in the face.
One of these days, I'm gonna have a black eye.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have two.
You don't get a pass because you're in a chair.
No. No. I love that.
Okay. Alright. Sorry if it's shaky, you guys. I need to work on my arm strength apparently.
Tomorrow.
Monday.
Monday.
Because who starts a week with a Sunday?
Nope. On the 7th day.
Everybody knows. We had an argument over which day of the week begins the week. And I was like, even God knows that on the 7th day, you rest. It's a Sabbath.
Even God knows.
Even... Well, you obviously didn't. Jerod strongly believes that a week starts on a Sunday.
Check your calendar. That's all I'm saying.
But
there's a line of days, and it starts with...
You can now change that, you know? Maybe back in the day on your paper calendar.
And cut.